Another strong second half propels the Bulldogs to another victory. Hello, everybody. Terry Bennett here on the Bandera Football Show, brought to you by Coconut Cowboys, right here on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media. As we saw the Bulldogs go to 7-1 on the season, but more importantly, 2-0 in District 14 for a Division II play as they beat Divine in a great game, 31-21. Once again, you know, Coach and I were joking about this before we started the interview. You know, you look at the positive of, hey, Bandera is a strong fourth quarter team, or the negative of, hey, we start slow. Either way, you keep winning. It does not matter. And this one was a big one, not only for district, but also just for Bandera, as they beat the War Horses for the first time since 2013. And we all know how good Divine is and how good they have been. And Bandera, and I want to specifically talk about the defense, because when you're playing a team like Divine, it's a slog of a team to play, especially some of your guys. You're basically the whole game just being sacrifices for everybody behind you, as you've got to make sure you fill the gap, take on the guard, and all that kind of fun stuff while your linebackers free flow. And, man, Bandera did it to a T. They believed in the game plan. They executed the game plan. And defensively, they shut down Divine in that second half, only allowing 7 points. And just a great win. And again, go back to what they've done all district. They've now outscored their opponents, Robstown, Pearsall, Divine, 34-0 in that final frame. That's how you win games. That's how right there you win games. And thanks to Brady Keene, by the way. I got a lot of the information from him as he writes on the Bandera Prophet. You can find that online at banderaprofit.com. But just a great game. A great game, and now Bandera has set themselves up for a district championship and, more importantly, a really good playoff path for the Bulldogs. As always, we'll be talking to the head coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity. But first, we want to thank our sponsors, Coconut Cowboys, located at 410 Main Street right there in Bandera. For all your frozen yogurt, specialty and boba teas, gift shop, candy, snacks. They have coffee. They have yogurt. They also have vacation rentals. So check out Coconut Cowboys right there in Bandera. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's the head coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity, to talk the big win and what's left in the regular season right here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show on L4 Media. Are you an athletic director or coach looking to make your locker room pop, looking to refresh your look, looking to redo your brand? Well, check out SI Design and Printing. They're going to transform your sports organization athletic facilities into what you're looking for by enhancing the student-athlete experience, boasting the brand, and honoring your past. They do that with banners, backlit signage, locker graphics, window graphics, fence mesh graphic designs, and so much more. If you need a refresh, SI Design is going to help you do that. Check them out online, sidesign.net. And hey, if you're a parent or a grandparent, they've got something for you as well, as SI Design is the leading provider of custom sports prints. They offer a variety of products, including posters, banners, canvases, and more. All you have to do is upload your high-quality studio or action shot, and SI Design will create the memory for you. For more information, all you have to do is go to their website, sidesign.net/sports prints, and you'll get all the information that you need. You can also find them on Facebook. Just type in SI Design and Printing. Give them a call, 254-405-9492, or you can email them, info@sidesign.net, and tell Kyle that's Sideline to Sideline. Terry Bennett back here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show, now joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot-Amity. And, Coach, it's a broken record, but it's a great one. Congratulations. What a big win. Your thoughts?
Oh, huge win, man. So glad to finally beat those guys. You know, they had kind of challenged us last couple of years. We had been in the game for about the first half, so it was really good to get a win over those guys at home and put ourselves in the driver's seat for a district championship.
Yeah, your first win against Divine since 2013. But I want to talk about what this team does in the second half, especially in district. You outscored Divine 24-7 in the second half. Through the district playoff or district play in the fourth quarter, you've outscored your opponents 34-0. That's something special right there.
Yeah, Coach King sent me that stat this weekend. I was like, holy smokes, that's kind of all the hard work and and planning that goes into a season. And, hey, we believe in this, and we're going to finish off football games, and we're going to do these things and talk about a lot, and then either it happens or it doesn't. And so it's really neat to see our kids believe that, hey, no matter what the score is in the fourth quarter, we feel like if we're within a range, we're going to win the game.
No,
and they believe it, man. It's amazing.
You know, it's funny. I went back and I was listening to our interview that we did at Coach's School the first time we met. And one of the things you kind of just said, and it kind of felt like, you're just kind of saying it out there and putting it out there, was you felt that if your team played 4 full quarters, that y'all were going to be dangerous. What is the recipe that you have found to get your team to just be able to just respond in the second half, but more importantly in that fourth quarter?
One thing, it's about what we tell them, but it's about the kids, man. It's about what they believe in and the hard work that they put in and the belief that they have in each other. And it doesn't go away. It's pretty amazing. We've got a special group of seniors that really believe in each other and just get after it. And when there's time to make a play, they make a play. And now we've been fortunate on some of those things in the fourth quarter with a couple of bad snaps and different things as well. The football god, so to speak, has kind of been on our side, but our kids they believe in each other, and if there's a doubt, they don't show it.
I think a perfect description or showing of what your team is your quarterback, Jesse Cardenas, hitting a sophomore, Jeffrey Thomas, for a touchdown. That's that balance of senior leadership, but also that youth foundation that you've been laying.
Yeah, we've got a really good group of sophomores, and we didn't expect to be playing as many as we are. And those guys aren't sophomores anymore; they're juniors. And our freshman that is playing up is no longer a freshman; he's a sophomore, and our sophomore is a junior. And all our seniors are now fifth-year seniors. So we've got a good group that have a lot of experience at this point in the season. And I keep using the word, but they just believe in each other and believe that they're going to find a way.
You've locked up a playoff spot. Now you're going for district. You're taking on a team this week in San Antonio, YMLA. You and I were talking off the air before we started recording. This isn't your normal YMLA team. This is starting. You can kind of start seeing the formation of a pretty solid football team.
Yeah, each year we play these guys. I feel like that you can see them getting better and better. Last year they were a team with some athletes and not great up front. This year you turn the film on and they are very, very improved up front. And the athletes aren't just athletes, they're football players now. And so they've got a good, dangerous football team.
You've gone through. I don't want to fully say the hardest part because I still think Crizzo Springs. You and I have talked about that. They're a little improved, even though their record doesn't show it. But you've gone through the teams that you thought you were going to have to beat to get that district champion. What is your message to your team for these next 2 games?
Well, nothing's changed. For us, it was one play at a time, one day at a time. And so each day this week on a short week playing on Thursday, we talked about, hey, we have to be Monday good on Monday. And that's one play in practice at a time. You can't be Tuesday good on Monday, and you can't be Wednesday good on Tuesday. You got to be focusing on that day and be intentional with your time and focused. And we're about this week, and we can't win the last 2 games at the same time. We're going to focus on winning the play, winning the day, and then if we get this one, then we'll flip and we'll focus on Carrizo next week, and hopefully things work out our way.
Well, we've talked about the youth all year. Your JV does the same thing. They beat Divine, but, man, they dominate 35-0. Once again, we keep talking about the youth of this program.
Yeah, they're really establishing something with hopefully, another opportunity to win a district championship next week at Carrizo. Those guys, man, I can't say enough. They're throwing and catching the football, playing great defense. It's all kind of coming together. And that's a predominantly freshman group for us as well, so it's really exciting to see what they can do.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie, and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. And you can see it all on our YouTube channel at L4 Media Company. Like and subscribe. As always, we want to thank the head coach of the Bulldogs, Coach Joe Fontenot, Amity, for joining us here on the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show. If you have any questions, thoughts, or comments, email them to me, Terry at s2sport.com. This is a little bit of a road trap game. As we were talking with Coach, YMLA looks like a real football team on the year. They're 4-4, and they've got quality losses. They lost to Divine 35-14. They lost to San Antonio Sam Houston 18-12. lost to University City Randolph 28-21. They beat Falfurrias. They beat New Tech. They beat Carrizo Springs last week in a thriller 28-21. Now, Bandera should be the favorite, but I'm just saying, do not go into this game thinking automatically it's a 42-0 win or what has it been the last few years against YMLA. What this the fourth year last year? In fact, last year Bandera won 42-14. In 2021, you didn't play, but they're starting to form a team, and I think that they're doing a pretty solid job of building a program out there. Tony Green, the head coach, they've got a lot of size. They've got a lot of athleticism. They're young. They've made the playoffs a couple times. So while I do think Bandera wins, and I think the Bulldogs win comfortably, I do think you got to go into this game understanding that YMLA could bite you if you don't. If you have one of those weird games in the rain, because it might rain. I didn't just pull that out of my back end. But if you have one of those weird games in the rain, you kind of got that hangover from beating Divine and setting yourself up as the district champ and all that kind of fun stuff. It could turn into a lot closer game than you're expecting. I think the Bulldogs will be fine. The Bandera Bulldogs will be fine. As Coach Fontenot Amity was very adamant that he himself agrees that he thinks YMLA's, they're not a bad team. Should be a win for Bandera, but YMLA is not a bad team. All right, that's going to do it, man. You realize after this one more week, and then we hit the playoffs. And, yes, we will be having a show all through the playoffs, or as long as Bandera's playing, hopefully all through the playoffs. It'll be the same thing. We'll just talk to Coach Fontenot Amity about the game and all that kind of fun stuff. So nothing will change there. Just want to let people know that. Again, any questions, thoughts, or comments, Terry at s2ssport.com. And until next week, this has been the Coconut Cowboys Bandera Football Show right here on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media.